Hey guys, what's up? I'm here at Great Ocean Road is the road that we've been driving on for this tour. I'm here at, is it Aries Inlet, I believe, someone just told me. Yeah, so it's a beautiful day, luckily for us, because it was raining yesterday in Melbourne. Yeah, so we're at the very southern part of Australia, and we're going around touring the beautiful coast. And yeah, so basically what I wanted to talk to you about today was doing what you want versus avoiding what you don't want. On the one hand, you have the school of thought that says, well, think about what you don't want and then not do it because that's safe. Then you have the other school of thought, which is focus on what you do want and only that. Forget about failure. Now, the problem with the whole focusing on what you don't want is that when you're thinking about, I don't want this, you are actually inadvertently thinking about the thing that you don't want to think about. For example, think about when you're riding a bike or when you're driving a car or when you're doing anything that involves balance. If you look toward one direction, you're probably going to lean that way. And that just generally happens. It's just like a general human tendency to kind of do it. Yeah, like for example, I'm here standing on this really sketchy cliffside right now, as you can see. Like right on the edge. It's pretty intense, but yeah, what I do want right now is to stand here centered, even though the wind is blowing. I can feel it, sure, know all those things, focus on what I'm doing, boom, centered. Everything's tight, I'm very engaged right now. And then you can always just look down, say fuck that. But as soon as you start to look down, as soon as you start to think about the potentiality of oh shit. As soon as you start to think about the potentiality of falling, it becomes much scarier. As soon as you lose focus on what you are doing, it becomes much more difficult to do whatever it is that you're going to do. And that goes for what I'm doing, like parkour, jumping, taking tests. I'm like, oh, I hope I don't fail. You're putting all that energy and all that focus towards failure, as opposed to thinking about what you do want, which is, oh, I want to pass, I want to get a B, I want to get an A, you know, I want to do well in this assignment. Another point I want to bring up is, like, at least a lot of what you've been learning, at least a lot of what I've been learning, has all been based on results. If you don't have the results, you don't have the subject, you don't understand it enough. You're not competent enough in that subject. When in reality, what people ought to think about, what's something that I've recently started to kind of adopt myself, is thinking more, rather than a results-oriented strategy, results-oriented thinking, focusing on more process-oriented thinking. Focusing on what I'm doing, being in the moment, and taking each step individually. I'm talking like extreme. You're like, oh, well, of course you'd be in the moment when you're shooting a basketball. Yes, but what are you doing when you're shooting a basketball? You bring your feet together, you have your, I don't know how you want to do it, but you put your index, I put my middle finger at the top, and you shoot it, and you focus on all that. How does that feel? It feels like this. Visualizing what you're doing, going through that process, and allowing that to be the thing that carries you through to what you want to do. So, yeah, so do what you want, focus on what you want, don't even worry about the rest, don't have to think about avoiding the other thing, just focus on what you want. My most amazing successes in my life have come from because, like some of the most amazing jumps have come from the place of mind where I cannot conceive of failure. All the biggest jumps I've done, I actually haven't been hurt by. I've only been hurt on the jumps where I'm not really all the way in. I'm just kind of like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to get this jump, but not thinking about the process. Focus on the process. Focus on what you want to do rather than what you don't. I know I'm repeating it a lot, but yeah, so that's the point I want to hit home. All right, I got to head back up. The tour continues. It's a beautiful, beautiful day in Southern Australia, Aries Inlet, and yeah, I will talk to you guys later. I'll give you some nice sweeping views. We're going down to 12 Apostles later, which is pretty dope, so hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a really cool sweeping view of that before my battery dies. All right, with that said, till next time. And this is the 12 Apostles.